Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be trying to fix this $400 XC70 that I got at auction last week. So let's go ahead and try to see what's wrong with it. So first I'll fire it up for you guys and you can hear what's going on. It's making a funny noise, sounds like a pulley to me. So there's the noise. Sounds like a grinding. So just listening to it, to me, where it seems like it's coming from is the power steering pump. A lot of you in the comments thought it was the water pump, which would suck because that's a more annoying job. That's more in depth. I got to do the timing belt too. But to my ear, it sounds like the water or the power steering pump. It could well be something else, but when I put my head like that and listen, it sounds like the power steering pump. And in addition to the power steering pump, we also got to replace the alternator, because we are getting a power system service urgent. Power system in these cars means the alternator. All right, here's the battery. They put them back here in these Volvos. I don't know why. Let's see if we're getting 14 volts with the alternator going. So my multimeter's seen better days, but we're only getting about 13.6, 13.5 from the battery alternator, which could be why it's saying power system urgent. You're supposed to get like 14. So we'll hope that's it. It's still working, but I guess it's just maybe not ideal. First thing we're gonna do is confirm that it is coming from the power steering pump and not the water pump pulley, because that would suck if it was from the water pump pulley. So we'll take off the serpentine belt, and hopefully it doesn't still make that noise, because if it does, then it's not the power steering pump. That is a relief. That's a very big relief. So it's not the water pump. Start with the power steering pump, and then we'll go to the alternator. Okay, so the reservoir, this goes to the steering rack, and it looks like a couple bolts, maybe 4. So we'll yank that out of there first. So now that the power steering pump is out, we're gonna do the alternator, and the alternator is really the pain in the butt here. First of all, you can see I've already bled all over the car. Band-aid it on now. But there it is. To get it out, you need to remove this boost hose, this coolant hose, and the fan shroud, and then also it's hard to get to the 2 bottom bolts. And additionally, you have to remove or loosen the air compressor bolts too, because it won't quite fit out of there. So with fan shroud and some hoses removed, we have enough access to actually get to the alternator and the bolts, and then we can actually pull the alternator out of here now, because normally it wouldn't have quite enough space to get out. Alternator's out, as you can see. I'm very impressed with this car. It's super rust free. Every bolt came out easily. Nothing got stuck, nothing got stripped. So it's a very rust free car. You don't usually see that with 18-year-old New England cars. So either props to Volvo for rust-proofing well, or props to the previous owner. Anyway, we got the new alternator there, or it's refurbished alternator, and refurbished power steering pump. Can throw everything back in, see if it works. Alternator's in, power steering pump is next. This is the new power steering pump. God, eBay Motors frustrates me. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. This is not the correct power steering pump. It's missing, it's threaded here, it shouldn't be threaded, and it's missing a bolt hole here, and I'm not about to tap one in myself. This was like wicked cheap, like $50 or something crazy cheap, so I was like, let's just try it. Not worth it, guys. All right, folks, bad news on the parts department. Today is Sunday. The power steering pump's not getting here till Tuesday. The person who I'm renting this car out to for the summer is getting here Monday, and they need it Monday because they have to get to work and whatnot. So what I have to do is I'm going to put back in the old power steering pump for now. At least the new alternator's in there. They're going to run it until I get the new power steering pump. Then they're going to bring it back here, and I'll put the new power steering pump in here for them. On the plus side, this will tell us whether it really was the power steering pump making the noise or the alternator. Maybe it was the alternator, and then I can return both parts, but I think it was the power steering pump making that noise. I'm pretty dang sure. Dang it, I messed up, guys. I put in the boost tube first, and I can't put the fan shroud in now, so I gotta take the boost tube out. So everything's back together with the old power steering pump, obviously. We're gonna start it and just see if the alternator fixed the alternator problem we were having. And if potentially the alternator also fixed the noise, but I doubt it. Oh boy, guys. Looks like I will be returning that power steering pump that I just bought. Power steering pump's just fine. I guess my ears aren't as good as I thought they were. Look at that, I just saved myself $100. I'm gonna return both power steering pumps. All we needed was the alternator. I hope I'm not in the way there. But you see that 14.0, 14.2. That's what you wanna have. I just rattle can restored that there. You guys remember how much it looked rusty and stuff. So quick rattle can restoration on that. Total into this car, I'm $580. That counts gas to get it, alternator, and the car and the auction fees. So $580. What I'm doing is I'm renting this car out for $12.50 a day. So that basically means for this summer I'll make about $750 on it. then I'll have this car back again and I can either rent it out again or I can sell it. Started up one final time, but you guys already have heard it. It's just nice now, makes no noise. Oh yeah, listen to that. Thing is running very, very nice. So thank you guys for watching this one. A lot of fun. This is a good car. Seems like a win so far. Tune in next week. We got more fun stuff. So subscribe and I'll see you next week. Tanked it on a very quick test drive to make sure everything is good and safe. Brakes feel great. There's no wobble in the steering wheel. I am extremely surprised with the amount of power this thing has. It's kind of ridiculous because it's turbocharged. This thing is speedy. It's kind of crazy how much power this has. Sweet. Anyway, I just had to mention that. It's got a lot of power.